Good morning, everyone. I am Jane Salumalan and I am the port reporter.
14.2.2 HRM Global Strategies. The passage discusses how human resource management is approached on a global scale, particularly for multinational companies. It highlights that rather than finding one universal HRM system, companies should focus on aligning HRM strategies with both external environment like laws and the company's goals. Pichler and colleagues argued that it's not about identifying the best HRM process for everyone, but about finding the right fit for each situation. Adler and Bartholomew introduced transnational competences, which are skills needed to succeed in the global business environment. A transnational scope means that HRM decision considered employees in all countries where the company operates, aiming to set fair standard across the world. Transnational representation suggests that the company's management should reflect a multinational composition. Meanwhile, a transnational process refers to generating ideas and decisions from diverse perspectives across all the countries that companies operates in. The overall idea is that a transnational approach to HRM ensures the company incorporates multicultural understanding instead of making international employees fit into a domestic framework. The companies adopt a more comprehensive strategy that respects global differences. HRM in this context act as the glue that unifies the organization's various global operations. 14.2.3 Culture as major aspect of HRM overseas. The passage discusses the significance of culture in managing human resource management on a global level. It emphasizes that understanding and respecting cultural differences is a key to creating successful HRM strategies across different countries. Gert Hofstede, a cultural researcher, developed 5 dimensions to help understand these cultural differences. 5 cultural dimensions are: first, individualism and collectivism. This measures how people are integrated into groups. In individualistic cultures like the US, the focus is on personal achievement, while in collectivist culture, the emphasis is on group cohesion and the common good. Second, power distance. This refers to the extent to which power inequalities are accepted. High power distance culture accept hierarchical structure, while low power distance culture prefer equality in power distribution. Third, uncertainty avoidance. This measure how cultures deal with uncertainty. High uncertainty avoidance culture prefers strict rules and regulation to minimize unpredictability, while low uncertainty avoidance culture are more relaxed about it. 4. Masculinity and femininity. This dimension focuses on the roles and values attributed to gender. Masculine cultures value competition and assertiveness, while feminine cultures prioritize care and quality of life. Lastly, number 5, long-term and short-term orientation. Long-term oriented culture focus on future rewards and persistence, while short-term oriented culture emphasize present-day accomplishment and obligation. Understanding these dimensions help companies adapt their HRM strategies to suit the cultural context of different countries, ensuring more successful operations. These are example, and the power distance refers to the comfort level of power differences among society members. A lower score shows a greater equality among levels of society such as New Zealand. Individualism and collectivism, a high ranking here such as the United States, means there is more concern for the individualistic aspect of society as opposed to collectivism. Countries with high score and individualism means the people tend to be more self-reliant. Masculinity and femininity, a lower score may indicate lower levels of differentiation between genders. A lower score such as Chile may also indicate a more openly nurturing society. While uncertainty avoidance refers to the tolerance for uncertainty, a high score such as Japan's means there is lower tolerance for uncertainty, so rules, laws, policy, and regulation are implemented. Lastly, long short-term orientation refers to the shape and perseverance overcoming obstacle with time, such as China versus tradition social obligations. The passage explained the culture refers to the socially accepted ways of life within a society. It includes aspects like language, norms, values, rituals, and material culture such as art, music, and tools used in that society. Language is one of the most obvious parts of culture and can often define a culture. Language is also crucial for doing business. In HRM language, consideration may include decision about language. And the home countries or the host country, documents should be sent in. Another question should be whether there should be standard language used for communication within the company. The passage highlights how McDonald's successfully adapted to various culture when expounding globally, demonstrating cultural sensitivity in its product offerings. For example, when McDonald's entered the Indian market, it developed a vegetarian option, the McSpicy Paneer, to respect local dietary norms. In Japan, McDonald's introduced the teriyaki burger and green tea ice cream to match Japanese taste. Similarly, in France, McDonald's introduced the McBaguette, aligning with French eating habits. This cultural adaptation is essential for successful global operations, including HRM, where understanding cultural differences help create effective HRM system. 14.3.1 Types of Staffing Strategy. The passage describes three main staffing strategies that a company can use when entering an overseas market, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. Home country national strategy. This strategy involves sending employees from the home country to live and work in a foreign country. These employees are known as expatriates. The second one is the host country national strategy. This strategy involves hiring people who are born and reside in a country where the business operates. And lastly, third country national strategy. This strategy involves hiring employees from a country that is neither the home country nor the host country. Each strategy has its own pros and cons, and regardless of which one is chosen, it is important to maintain communication with the home office and ensure alignment between overseas operation and the company's overall strategy for a successful business venture. 14.3.2 Expatriates. The passage describes factors that determine the success of an expatriate. An employee from the home country who works abroad and the pace they go through during their assignment. According to researcher Sam Charonen, expatriate success depends on five categories: job, factors, relation, dimensions, motivational state, family situation, and language skills. The success of the assignment can be protected by these factors. Problems such as family stress, cultural inflexibility, emotional immaturity, and long work hours can lead to expatriate failure. Expatriates typically go for four phases of adjustment. First, elation honeymoon phase. The employee feels excited and stimulated by new surroundings. Second, resistance phase. The employees start comparing the home and host country, leading to frustration due to the differences in culture and language. Third, adaptation phase. The employee begins to adjust, gain language skills, and may even reject their own culture while embracing the host culture. And lastly, biculturalism phase. The expatriate feels comfortable in a new culture while appreciating their life back home. By this phase, many problems such as cultural stress have lessened. 14.3.3 Host Country National. The passage discusses the advantages of hiring a host country national, a local person, when a company is designing its staffing strategy for operation in a foreign country. First, cost effectiveness. It is generally less expensive to hire a local person because the company can save on moving expenses and training costs. Second, cultural and legal knowledge. A host country national is already familiar with the local culture and laws, which can make them more productive from the start without the cultural challenges that expatriates might face. Third, local connections. Hiring a local person can also be beneficial because they might have important connections that can influence local policies and regulation, which can be crucial for the company's success in the market. The passage also notes that while expatriates were commonly used in the past, many global companies now feel confident that the skills, knowledge, and abilities needed are available locally. This makes hiring a host country national a more favorable choice.